Namaskaram. In Mahabharatam, we are continuing with the story of Nala and Damayanti. I think we had just started saying that Damayanti, moving alone in, in the deep forest, looking for Nala for days together, and she was hungry, thirsty, and spending sleepless nights. And finally, she came across a caravan. Caravan is a group of people, mostly merchants, who buy goods from one place and take it to another place where it fetches good price. They carry their goods on horseback or on donkeys, even on elephants. So they had many elephants, horses, and donkeys with them. They were many people were riding these animals, and many others were walking. And it takes them many days to reach from one place to another. They buy often from farmers and take the goods to cities and towns and sell in markets there. That is how they make money. And then they buy new goods where it is cheap, and they take it to another place where it will fetch good money. That is how merchants do. So she found a caravan, and she went to them and wanted to find out where they were going. And they said they were going to the kingdom of Chedi, the Chedi king Veerabahu. And Damayanti requested them that she was alone, and she wanted to join them. And they asked her who she was and all that. And Damayanti gave, except for her truly who she was, that she was the Queen Damayanti, wife of Nala. Those details she didn't give. Otherwise, she said that her husband played dice and lost everything, and they were thrown out of their house. And at night in a forest, even her husband left without telling her, so she is searching her husband. They took pity and allowed her to join them, and she was walking with them. Several days she moved with them, and one night when they were all asleep, wild elephants, when they spotted the tamed elephants in the caravan, they attacked the caravan and they killed many people. They fought with the tamed elephants. They damaged the goods, and it was total disaster. And finally, when the wild elephants went back, more than half their people, their animals and goods were all gone. Those who remained, they assembled and they proceeded, and Damayanti also went with them. And after several days, they reached the Chedi kingdom, King Veerabahu's palace. And by then, when they entered the kingdom, children and even the youth, they looking at Damayanti, they thought she's a mad woman. And children are amused by mad people, because mad people, they look strange, talk strange, so the children are amused. So they who were after Damayanti, making fun of her and pulling her hair and things like that. And when they reached the palace, the queen saw a group of people coming, among them a good-looking woman. She looked of noble birth, though her cloth, the only piece of cloth she was wearing, that was filthy, and she was herself filthy, and her hair was disheveled. So she thought there is something, that this must be a good woman. Somehow the children are troubling her. So the queen sent her maid to fetch Damayanti upstairs. And Damayanti was brought upstairs. The queen asked her who she is and why she has come. And Damayanti told the truth, except that she is the queen of the Nishadha land. She didn't say that, but she said she served noble women and queens. She said she's a Sairandri who makes decorate noble women and queens. And sometimes she decorates with cosmetics. And she said that is how she made a living. But her husband, who lost everything by playing dice, left her, and then she was wandering alone in forest looking for her husband. And finally she got into this group. Then the queen said, no, don't worry, you stay with me, you be a maid to my daughter, the princess. We will take good care of you, and we will search for your husband. And the Damayanti started living there. Meanwhile, Nala, he had, after leaving Damayanti, he was walking in the forest, and suddenly he thought he heard somebody crying, wailing. And Nala spotted wildfire a bit far away. So he went to the fire, and the voice was addressing Nala. Oh King, Nala, help me out of this fire. And then Nala realized that it was a serpent which was speaking in human voice and calling Nala. And the serpent was encircled by fire. Nala had got a boon from the god of fire, Agni. When Indra, Agni, Yama and Varuna, the four of them came for Damayanti's marriage, and Nala promised to introduce them to Damayanti and recommend their case to Damayanti. Of course, Damayanti had made up her mind on Nala, but Nala made a sincere effort, so the gods were happy. At that time, the Agni promised Nala that fire will not affect Nala. It will not burn Nala. And wherever and whenever Nala wanted fire, it would just appear. And a similar boon was given by Varuna, that whenever Nala wanted water, it will just be available to him. So Nala had no problem. He went, he stretched a stick from nearby to the serpent, and the serpent caught hold of that stick and came to Nala. when they were out of the fire, the serpent said that I am Karkodaka, the king of serpents. I was cursed by Narada that I shall become immobile. I cannot move because of his curse. He said, I cannot walk, I cannot even move my limbs because I had played trick on sage Narada. Then when I was sorry and I pleaded with the sage, he said, all right, when soon King Nala will appear near you, then at his sight you will get your mobility. And I'm glad that you came and you saved me. And before parting, Karkodaka, the serpent king, Karkodaka said, ask Nala, please take a few steps, 12 steps ahead of you. Nala didn't know why he started taking steps. When he was about to, when he had finished 10 steps, suddenly Karkodaka bit Nala. And Nala was surprised, shocked. Why are you biting me? I had helped you and you are killing me with your poison. What harm did I do to you? Then Karkodaka said, no, don't worry, Nala. I try to help you. You have Kali, the evil god, Kali in you. And that is what making you do all wrong things. So I beat you so that my poison will Kali. It will not harm you at all. And gradually Kali will die and disappear from your inside. Then you will be your old Nala. But for the time being, you look different. You look dark in complexion, short in height, and with short limbs, hands and feet, so that people will not recognize you. That will help you until you get back everything what you possessed, your kingdom, your wealth, everything. So, and Karkodaka gave a cloth, Nala. Whenever you after you have regained everything, your wealth, kingdom, then you wear this cloth and you shall become the old Nala. With that blessing, Karkodaka left. And we have reached another stage in our story. So we stop here now. Namaskaram.